Millennials, usually it's a term referring to anyone born between 1996 and 2006. Many millennials will now be at the age of getting their first jobs, taking those first steps towards their career, including applying for university, apprenticeships, or learning a trade. However, Generation Z, as they are also known as, are entering the world of work under difficult circumstances. The current economic climate is full of uncertainty and opportunities even slimmer than those offered to their parents at the same age in previous years. Other differences between millennials and their parents' generation is the fact that millennials have grown up with the internet, social media platforms, and being tech savvy is second nature to them. Many are accustomed to 0-hour contracts, being self-employed, and job hopping is the norm for Generation Z. No longer do they feel loyalty to remain in a company for endless years and wait for a healthy retirement pension. Nor do they suffer from the fear of change, job insecurity, which would have caused their parents endless sleepless nights. This flexibility of attitude is demonstrated with many millennials being more inclined to job hop, search for alternative positions after just 12 months in their current job role. They are more than happy to move around between new jobs which offer them better pay, promotion prospects, and where they can apply their transferable skills in a variety of sectors. This adaptability in the younger Z generation means they are no longer prepared to tolerate feeling underworked and underpaid for long periods just for the sake of job security, and are more likely to change jobs. The job landscape too is now changing, with the onset of remote working becoming widely available. The trend working from home started with the onset of the pandemic, with many companies having to ensure their employees were able to work effectively from home during lockdown. Yet this will probably continue as more companies have adapted rapidly to adopting remote working practice and are aware of the benefits of a work-life balance this brings to many of their employees. Many organizations are considering to implement this as a long-term policy with flexible working days, hours, and perhaps requiring their staff to only come into the main office 2 to 3 days a week, with the option of working the rest of the days at home. Millennials have an average of 10 jobs since the start of their careers, compared to older employees. Hence, during their working careers, Generation Z are more likely to have changed jobs multiple times. This trend will only continue and is unlikely to change in the future. Unfortunately, millennials have not been untouched by the COVID-19 pandemic, with Generation Z younger employees accounting for the greatest number of employees who have been affected with job losses. The under 25s are the largest group to have been made redundant during the pandemic and who have been compelled to look for new jobs, often in different sectors. However, millennials' flexible attitude to jobs ensures they are highly likely to easily adapt to new job roles. The jobs may be so varied, from working in public relations, progressing on to administration, and even to being a postman, all within a period of a few years, where they have been able to apply their transferable skills and demonstrate their flexible attitude in a variety of job roles. Many also have higher expectation from their jobs and are less likely to endure being underpaid, harassment within the workplace for prolonged periods, and will react to any sort of dissatisfaction by searching for new work elsewhere, rather than endure these conditions longer than necessary. For Generation Z millennials, job hopping is the norm and nothing unusual. They will readily switch career paths, and fewer numbers feel it is incumbent to remain loyal to the same organisation, remaining in the same job for endless years. The new remote working landscape is highly suited for millennials who are able to utilise their tech-savvy skills and do not require endless training to upskill. They are more capable to utilise their digital skills effectively in a plethora of job roles and adapt accordingly. The labour market is changing, with employees expected to no longer brandish the excuse, "I'm not very technical," as there is an expectation of employees already having these digital skills. The demise of the traditional Monday to Friday 9-to-5 job is fast becoming the norm. It is predicted that the workforce will be required to be more adaptable in the future, and this is an essential characteristic already demonstrated in millennials. Job hopping is becoming more acceptable and is no longer frowned upon by human resource managers. This may have been unwanted trait when the parents were first looking for jobs, but that is no longer the case, as adaptability, flexible attitudes are becoming prerequisites for many jobs as the employment landscape changes.